most relationships are so fragile and shallow, or both sometimes. So the thing is, we all yearn for connection with in our lives. Connecting with other people allows us to share parts of ourselves, parts of that we sometimes are hidden or forgotten deep under our fears and insecurities, right? What most people don't know is that when we let go of these fears, when we learn to trust other people and share our lives down to every last fragment of our soul, this is when we'll find love and true connection. So, however, today finding great friendships or long lasting romantic relationships is very rare. People mingle, they talk to each other, but don't form a connection. We meet strangers and we get amused by their stories, isn't it? How many of you did it? Probably while traveling, or you might be traveling and you met somebody and you were so amused with their stories, but yet you fail to connect with them, to stay in touch with them, right? So we usually don't form bonds. We miss out on great people in our lives. Yes, there are so many people who are awesome and we miss out on them because we don't know how to connect. So today, in this live, after so many days, let me invite my colleague, my friend Anamika, who is a relationship coach. My name is Kumar Achanta. I'm a relationship coach as well. We work together. We help people build great conscious relationships. We help relationships go from good to great. So let me quickly invite my colleague Anamika. Just a second. Anamika, she would join. Hey,
Hi, Kumar.
Anamika, good to see you.
Same here, same here. I hope you're doing
So,
amazing. Hello,
yes, we're
everyone.
doing amazing. And I'm sure our audience were missing our Instagram live,
Yes.
which was on hold for some time. Sorry, audience, we were just occupied with some few other things. And we are back now and we'll be doing this live regularly. All right. Before I proceed or asking questions, what Anamika thinks about connection and all, let me tell you, we are a team of coaches at Anamify. We help your relationships to go from good to great. Okay, at Anamify, we help people build conscious relationships with their partners and facilitate expansion through one-to-one coaching. We have our own inner circle called Conscious Relationship Circle with more than 600 people. Yes, you heard that right. With more than 600 people. Let me know if you want to be part of it. You can comment in the chat box on this live if you want to be our inner circle member. And we also have retreats where we plan healing sessions, and we believe in providing implementable tools and techniques to people which can help them nurture their relationship on a practical basis. So we give those kind of tools, and we help people live a mindful, conscious life and create a holistic experience. Isn't it amazing, Anamika, that what we do for our people and inner circle?
Yes, yes. And this work is so exciting. And the most beautiful part is that you actually get to experience authentic connection with, the kind of community we have, the kind of people we meet. And the connection becomes so deep and nice that you actually get to know people at a much deeper level than you can ever imagine. So that's the most beautiful part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we have created such an amazing space where people can share, people become vulnerable, they share their challenges with us, they are open in communication, and they get the solutions in our inner circle. All right, coming back to our today's topic, how to develop an authentic connection. Do you want to develop authentic connection? Type yes in the comment section. Hello, Mohit. Thanks for joining. Hey, James. Thanks for joining. Say yes if you want to develop authentic connection and forget those superficial or on the surface connections where you just meet people, you don't stay in touch, you listen to those amusing stories, and you just give it up, right? Hey, Shilpa. Thank you so much. So, how to develop? Today, we want to listen on how to develop authentic connection with everybody, and most importantly, with your partners. So let's understand from Anamika. Anamika, I'm sure you would agree when I say that people keep saying this, that Kumar, no, there was no spark in that connection, or which something I found the person interesting. Probably later, just the spark went off. I just couldn't connect anymore. So Anamika, my question to you is, why do you think people struggle to make genuine connections, genuine, authentic connections? Over to you.
Thank you, Kumar. People struggle to make genuine, authentic connections with others is because they don't have genuine, authentic connection with themselves,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So there could be many different reasons why people struggle to connect with other people, because you can only connect to somebody else to the level where you have connected to yourself, and rest of it lies in the subconscious, rest of it is under the carpet, rest of it is below the rug. You're not even seeing that, right? And that is the thing for which we wear the masks, we play the games, we do all the drama, so that because there is something to hide inside, and I don't want to show this to other person. I'm a good person, and there is a mask that I need to show the other person. So all that is happening in most
Right.
relationships is the interaction between masks, not interaction between real people. So if I'm too afraid to, if I'm wearing too many masks, so everybody, not just a few people, but everybody has some or the other kind of mask. It depends how thick the mask is, how many types of the masks are there, and how many masks are there, right? So it can vary in various intensities and in various degrees. But the truth is that we all wear masks. Now, the thing is that the only level of connection that we'll be able to create with other people is to the amount for which we have dropped the masks.
Right.
And
Right.
the thicker the mask, then the shallow the connections are going to be, because we are so afraid. We are not even showing people our real face. What do we actually look like? All we are showing is, I'm such a good person, I'm such a nice person, or I'm this or I'm that, and all the time, right? So there's no even discussion about genuine or authentic connection, because we have
Right.
not even been able to accept ourselves with both the good and bad. So we
Right.
are so happy with the good, we want to keep the good and we want to show off the good, but it's not only the good that makes us, right? It's both good and our flaws, which makes us different, which makes us unique and beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And isn't it amazing, ladies and gentlemen? And if you're liking this conversation, I want you to share it and leave those hearts coming onto my screen. Let me see that you're watching. Hey, Shubhi, thanks so much. Preeti Dhariwal, I know you're watching. Leave those hearts, share this Insta Live so that others also know how to develop an authentic connection. So the powerful takeaway which I got in the last 2 minutes, is the powerful question before asking how to develop an authentic connection: how authentic are we? How authentic am I? Right? To really have develop authentic connection. Isn't that amazing? So my next question to you is, Anamika, what is that inability? Why people are inability to make deep connections? I mean, is there something to do with their behavior, character, uh, or probably some people call it as introvert, extrovert. Is it to do with these things, or is there something else? What is the inability that people don't make deep, authentic connections?
Yeah, so it's like we talked about the mask. Then what are these masks made of, right? So they are made up of different kind of traumas, wounds, conditionings, patterns, belief systems, and so many different things which we have picked up, throughout our lives, and whatever is our learned behavior and whatever conditionings we have got. So
Right.
all of these things, if so basically what happens that most of our life is lived in autopilot mode. So most people, they're going to spend tomorrow the same way they have spent today, with the same thoughts, with the same emotions, with the same actions, with the same behavior, with the same habit, with the same thing. So it's kind of, life is running in the autopilot mode. So we don't even take out a minute to take a pause and see that, am I even aware? Am I even mindful to see that what am I doing, right? And that is the first
Mm.
point, that we are so disconnected with our own selves that we don't even want to face our own emotions. The moment something happens that triggers our trauma or wounds, we just get into the fight, flight, fawn, freeze mode, right? We directly
Right.
jump into that mode and we keep reacting and reacting. And because we never take time to actually connect with ourselves, we are always walking with our guards up in our default mode, with all the masks, and shielding ourselves, that I shouldn't allow anybody to come and hurt me, or to lose
Right.
control, or to
Right.
feel any kind of pain, or to avoid everything that could go wrong. So I'm now walking with so many shields around me, and then I'm like, okay, now come and connect with me. How? You are literally, you have shielded yourself, you have created walls around you, you're like walking with the thick steel covering you from 360 degrees all the side. And how do you expect somebody to connect with you? And you can still connect with people and feel that, oh God, you have connected, by saying that, oh, I party with this person, oh, I eat with this person, I cook with this person, I do XYZ activities. All of those activities are at the surface level. It still counts for connection. It's a good thing. So we cannot disregard that. But the only thing to watch here is that that connection is only till the point where you have connected with yourself and you want to you're ready to show it off to the other person. For 5% part, you're open. So the connection is 5%. 95% closed, disconnected.
Right.
So yeah, so developing an authentic and genuine connection doesn't, so it means that we, someday would reach 100% point, but actually there is no such thing as 100% because it's not measurable, and we cannot, actually quantify it in percentage or any number terms. But the thing is that, as much as we are able to see, as much as I'm able to see, I'm open, I'm vulnerable, that Kumar, this is how much I know about myself, and I'm ready to open up. I'm sharing this much with you, and you say that, Anamika, this is how much I know about me. Maybe I'm not 100% aware, right? It's a lifelong journey, but jitna hai utna we share with each other,
Absolutely.
and that's a deeper level of connection. Then I get to know something more about myself, you get to know, we share deeper level of connection. Layer by layer, like we become more aware, layer by layer, the authenticity and the genuineness of the connection of the relationship also grows. But one very beautiful point, we were having this discussion in the group, Kumar, sometime back, and there was somebody who was saying that I felt that I have this connection with this person, but he doesn't have that connection with me. So
Right.
this thing I would like to say for our audience in total, that that is not connection, right? So I'm not saying that what you're feeling is wrong, but the connection process is not complete. The correct connection process is just halfway. So we
Okay.
really have to be, for me. So for an example, let's suppose I'm going through the process of connecting with myself.
Right.
Then there is a person giving, who's giving inside me, and there's a person who's receiving inside me. So even for me to do it inside me, there has to be a receiver and giver,
Right.
right? For me to complete the whole connection process, even if I have, let's suppose, the intention to connect, but I don't have the part of me to receive it, the process is not complete. It's halfway
Mm-hmm.
connection, right? So we have to be a little more mindful, we have to be a little more curious, and even I would say detached. So I'm not saying disconnected, I'm only saying detached, where you have not created any unhealthy attachment with people, that, oh, if this person leaves me, how am I going to survive, and how am I going to live the rest of my life? Not that kind of disconnection. I'm talking about detachment, where you are able to hold your ground as well, and you see that whether the other person is open to receive or not. Then only the connection process can actually start and happen. Otherwise it's just an illusion with which you're living, that I feel connection, I feel connection, but the relationship has no connection. You may
Right.
it, but it's not complete. It's not whole. And there is nothing to actually go deeper because the relationship in itself is not established.
Right. Right. So you mean to say that to have that real connection and relationships, one has to actually take pause and be aware of their own needs as to what am I really doing in this relationship or what do I really want, right? I know I was just trying to make notes and reiterate so that the audience who joined late. So connect with yourself. You can only connect with others to up to certain extent where you are connected with your own self, ladies and gentlemen. So that's one thing, and become aware. Because there are so many things. It's not just the behavior or so-called trainings where people teach you positive attitude or how to behave in a team and all. But let me tell you, there's much deeper to it. Like trauma, uh, wounds and the conditioning that might have happened in your lifetime or in your childhood, which you aren't even aware, and all your behavioral patterns are coming up because of those things. And the other day when I really liked Anamika, when Akarma shared with our circle that people don't even know that they're carrying their wounds. People don't. We are not.
Of course.
People are not even aware. What why they are behaving the way they are behaving, why they are attracting such kind of narcissistic or toxic relationship in their life. So it is so important to understand what kind of trauma you might have went through, what kind of wounds that you have. Amazing, amazing. And unless and until you understand this, connecting deeper is will be at surface level as Anamika was mentioning.
I
So
really love the point that you mentioned, that people talk so much about tools and techniques and,
right,
positive
right,
thinking and all the good things. So we never say that all of these things are wrong because we ourselves also recommend those things when required. But,
right,
the beauty of relationships is such, Kumar, that no matter how many, positive thinking and X and Y and Z and everything that I have learned, we are friends, and let's suppose I'm not able to be vulnerable with you. I'm not
right,
able to let my guards down. So no matter for how long I'm showing you the tree which stands over the surface, until I show you my roots, there is no deeper, genuine, authentic connection, right?
right,
Because by the roots you would get to know that what I'm actually made up of.
right. Correct, correct.
Yeah.
So true, so true. And uh, my next question to you is, I'm sure we understand that there could be lack of self-awareness or lack of emotional intelligence, which is hindering a person's ability to develop an authentic connection with their partner. So can you suggest what can they do to really develop that deep connection, Namika? I mean, what are the main things, immediate action points, I would say, as to because I know, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you might not even know that because of your inability to develop deep connections, you're losing on some awesome people in your life. I'm not talking about just partners. Am I right, Ramanka? It could be anybody, It could be lifelong friendships. It could be those business partnerships. It could be something where you both or three people come together and you do something phenomenal. People are missing on that. So, Ramanka, what do you suggest for those people who are ready to take action and develop that deep connections with people around?
Yeah. So, a few points that I'm getting in my head that the first thing is, self-work is a must, right? Healing yourself is a must. So without healing yourself, no matter how many techniques and tools and, things that we tell you, if your guards are still up, you won't be ready to apply any of those. And even if you try, it's going to be a massive fail because you have all the barriers and you have not removed the barriers from the way, and you have, no matter how hard you push, it's not going to work out. So healing yourself is also a part of, developing a deep connection with yourself, and it
Right,
works both ways. The more you heal, so healing does not mean it's sitting and meditating. Healing means that you're able to accept all parts of you without any judgment, right? You are able to love yourself more and more unconditionally. right? So I won't say that it would become unconditional in a day, and it's hard, it's not easy, but the more you develop your capacity to unconditionally love yourself, the more forward you would go on your healing journey. So it's the relationship that you have with yourself is the first point. When it comes to relationship, a few things that I can share, Kumar, is first being open and vulnerable, right? So being open and vulnerable is of utmost importance. And by being
Right.
vulnerable, we mean that putting your guards down, being open to attack. So regardless of thinking that how the other person is going to think, how they're going to judge me, how they're going to do this or that, you drop your guards and you just go out. And even if you're fearful, feeling the fear, you face the person and speak out whatever you feel, whatever you genuinely feel, you just put it out in front of them. So
Right.
that is the first thing. Second, more practical thing that we can talk about is giving undivided attention, listening to somebody with complete attention, complete focused attention, and um, and being more interested in knowing other people. So being more interested in their life, their story. So a lot of us, if you see, as humans, we are more interested to tell about ourselves. So
Mhm.
everybody wants to talk and nobody wants to listen. So so it's important that you develop a good listening skill. And what more? Empathy could be one thing that you start to not just connect with them at a higher level, but you actually start to put yourself in their shoes and see the situation, dropping your filter completely, put yourself in their shoes and see life from their eyes for some time when they are talking, and feel onto them, see what they are trying to show you, feel it completely, and completely hear how they would hear, or taste how they would taste. So from all your senses, engage with them, and completely for a
Right.
moment see. So I'm not saying that miss yourself in that, go totally get lost and lose yourself and then I'm not saying that. So there has to be awareness, observer component always present. But for you to totally feel somebody, it's to be totally see it from their perspective. So it would still be your perspective, your perception only, but still you will be able to develop some kind of empathy. So empathy goes in various levels. So it won't be possible for you to develop the utmost amount of empathy because you have not gone through that situation. In case you have gone through, you wouldn't need to do this exercise. So
Right.
this is just the compassionate form of empathy that you can develop. Another thing is look for shared experiences, shared interests, shared stories, childhood things, what you can connect with. So again, don't go in the cycle of
Right.
codependency, that don't start connecting with people in a way where their trauma starts making you feel attracted towards them. This is just to know each other, right?
Right.
Where the person is coming from, where are you coming from, who are these two people who are entering the relationship. So not just the other person, know
Mhm.
yourself as well, right? This is just a part of being vulnerable. Provide space to them, and take out time, spend more time together, and be
Right.
as genuine and authentic as you can. And you can also relationships having the deeper the relationships, the deeper you consider the other person as a part of you, as a part of your life. So include them and be included in their lives. Everybody loves to contribute to in the people's life whom they love. So allow them to contribute. So loving yourself is not just about you going for shopping and buying yourself things and getting a mani pedi. It's not about that. Loving yourself also means that being open and receptive to receive love from other people, and
Right.
that in that way you feel loved, and you will be able to reciprocate better. Plus they will also feel good about it. So there is actually no harm we block our receiving so much that we stop people from, giving us love, because we are so afraid that what if I lose this? What if I don't have this anymore? So dissolving that fear. So of course it's a part of self work. So dissolving the past, traumas and wounds that you have, and being open to receive. So that could be that, and try to see if you can, expand your perception, expand your consciousness in a way that you start developing an equanimous and non-judgmental attitude. Because when you provide space to people where they don't feel judged, they are also ready to be open, and communicate with you. So when you're communicating, this is the art of communication, that you listen, you provide a space, you don't judge them, others open up, you receive. And when you talk, you respond. You're not responding from the judgment sense by giving advice. You're responding from the sense where you acknowledge them, and you're just, exploring options of what needs to be done, what it is about, or just talking. And what else? One another thing is, like, we all can be curious about each other. That what are the things that, and all of these things need to be done from a genuine space. So not because I just gave a list and you write it down and you start saying that, I'm today going to somehow feel into other person and feel what they're feeling. If you're actually not doing it, it's not going to give you any results. So all of these
Right.
things have to come from, a genuine place within you, genuine intention to connect, right? And if there is no reciprocation from the other side, then you can be a little patient and provide more space for the other person. But if it happens for the prolonged period of time, then you need to see what resolution you need to seek. And if you realize that the person is not opening up because of their own hidden agendas, and because they don't want to open up, so if they don't want to open up with you, it's time for you to move on from the relationship, be it a romantic or a platonic one. And if they are coming from the space of their own hidden agenda, and that's why they don't want to open up, then again, you need to back off a little and understand that that's not your place. And it may also show some kind of toxicity in the relationship.
Wow, wow, wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard what it takes, or how does it feel to have that develop an authentic connection, authentic deep connection, right? Being open and vulnerable, giving undivided attention, and the most important skill which everybody misses is listening. Are you really listening to your partner, or to the person that you're dating? And and seeing life from their eyes. That's a beautiful thing. Or thinking, being in their shoes and really experiencing what they experience, and sharing time together, sharing our own experiences, being curious about each other. All these points are fantastic. So each one of you might want to develop these skills to be authentic, to develop authentic connection with others. So Anamika, before we end, the last question which I would like to ask you is, I'm sure it's not that people don't know to really be curious or be listening, but they don't do it. I mean they know it, but they can't do it. That's what I mean to say. They can't really pay attention. They're always ready to say what's in their mind, rather than listening to the opposite person. I mean, in listening thing, in this listening thing I'm talking about. And can an individual therapy or coaching or something which can it be beneficial for person's ability to develop this authentic connection, because there are quite a few points that people know it already, but somehow they are unable to implement it. That's what I'm trying to tell you, or ask you, in fact. So we all know. So can these things help, and how can that help an individual to develop this and be more mindful of doing it?
You've said it beautifully, Kumar. So the thing is that actually, as adults, most of us, already know the solution, right? And already know what we need to do, right? Or how to do it and all of these things. And maybe even if somebody doesn't know that, we live in an era where there are millions of books and so many
Correct.
videos and X and Y and Z, and so many information overload is there. There is not
Correct.
lack of information, there is too much information these days. So that's not the issue. So somehow we all read about it and we all do DIY and we understand that. But what I have seen and what I have understood from my own personal experience, because if I had not met my mentors, my coaches, trust me, I would be like roaming on streets here and there to find solution, and I wouldn't have found solution. So I have been
Right.
guided, and I'm so glad that I met my coaches and the guides that I met, the mentors that I met in my life. And from my own personal experience, after working with so many people, I have worked like literally, I'm not talking about the numbers on social media and the kind of people we connect with, but I have till now connected at least with 1,000 people in last 3.5 years, at least on one-on-one or on a very close space basis, right? So after talking to so many people, what I've realized that this kind of work, the dissolution and the integration kind of work that we're talking about, it's not possible that we can do it DIY. I mean,
Right.
I'm not saying impossible as in nobody on earth could do it, but for a major population, 98-99% of population which belongs to the stages at which we are living in this era, it's not possible for us to go that deep into the subconscious and to ask ourselves the right question, because it's the simple thing that the mind itself that is stopping you to see there, the mind itself who has all the guards up, it doesn't have the capacity to ask tough questions, hard questions, and make you see the truth, right? Make you take the ownership and responsibility for things that you need to take, make you take the hard steps, the hard things that you have been resisting for so long, or even to just become aware and mindful of things which you were not even conscious of before. And this kind of work cannot actually happen with the help of right people. So I won't say that it's us. There are plenty of people out there, amazing people, right? We are there if you want to connect with us someday and just have a conversation. So we are not claiming by giving you 100% guarantee that we solve all problems in the world, but we can just say that our team has experience of 25,000 plus, maybe more hours of experience. So we don't have a count by that, but we are at least experienced and we have seen plethora of variety of cases. So maybe we can help, but you can go out and see there are. Am I audible, Kumar?
Yeah, now you are. Now you are.
Right. Perfect. So there are, right, you can go connect with them, ask them, and find the right mentors. Don't keep juggling from here and there that, checking everything out. Also take a decision, go forward and work on yourself. Working is important. Working on yourself is important rather than reading thousands of books and learning thousands of things. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this helps, like what you said, Kumar, that be it personal coaching, be it doing the right set of programs, be connecting with the right kind of people, that, trust me, that helps a lot.
Absolutely. And yes, we are living in an era of information overload. Too much of information, no transformation. So the real results you get is when you actually have the transformation within yourself and in your relationships, ladies and gentlemen. So as Anamika said, there are so many beautiful people out there. Just reach out. Don't keep scrolling your Instagram reels, listening to people or coaches and all. Take that leap of faith. That's what we keep saying. Trust yourself and take that leap of faith. And me and Anamika would personally invite you to our conscious relationship circle. Okay, where we're not asking you to sign up coaching with us, but just be part of it and ask those questions. What are the challenges that they're going through? We are happy to assist you or provide you solutions
in the group that we have like 600 plus people in our group right now. People share their challenges. They become vulnerable. They ask questions to us coaches. So I invite you to be part of it. Drop in the comment section if you want to be part of our CRC, Conscious Relationship Circle. All right, Anamika. So that was fantastic talking to you in understanding what is like being in authentic, developing authentic connection. So many valuable inputs that we received. So people who are going to watch recording, watch it again. People who have watched live, thank you so much for joining. We all love you. Anamify team loves you so much, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Okay, so next time with an amazing topic. Till then, have a conscious relationships.
Thank you. Thank you, Kumar. Have a great evening. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Bye bye.